This is my Uncle Daniel. Growing up, I always saw him as one of the strongest people in my family. He was not someone who believed in shortcuts. He believed that success came from hard work, discipline, and sacrifice. Every morning, while many people were still sleeping, my uncle was already preparing for another day of work. He spent years working long hours, making sure he could provide for his family and create a better future. Whenever he earned money, he was careful with it. He avoided unnecessary spending. He saved as much as he could. To him, money was not just money. Money represented security. It represented peace of mind. It represented knowing that when difficult times came, his family would be protected. And honestly, his mindset was understandable, because many of us grew up hearing the same advice: work hard, save your money, and keep it safe. So that is exactly what my uncle did. For years, he kept his savings in the bank, believing that as long as his money was there, his future was becoming more secure. But something happened that he never expected. One day, he looked back at the money he had saved and realized something was wrong. The amount in his account had increased, but his financial freedom had not. The things he once dreamed of buying had become more expensive. The cost of living had increased. And the money he worked so hard to save was no longer as powerful as it used to be. That was the moment my uncle learned a lesson that changed the way I think about money. Having money is important. Saving money is important. But there is something even more important: making sure your money has the ability to grow. Because while you're working hard to earn money, your money should also be working hard for you. And that brings us to one of the biggest challenges every investor needs to understand: inflation. Most people think the biggest danger to their money is losing it. But there is another danger that can be even more difficult to notice because it happens slowly over time. That danger is called inflation. Inflation is the reason why the money you have today may not buy the same things tomorrow. Imagine going back 10 or 20 years. A small amount of money could buy you a lot more. A meal was cheaper, rent was lower, transportation cost less. But as time passed, prices continued to rise. The problem is that while prices increase, many people's money stays the same. And when that happens, their purchasing power decreases. Let me explain it simply. Imagine you keep $10,000 in your account for many years. The number on your bank statement still says 10,000. You may feel like you're safe because your money is still there. But what if the cost of everything around you has doubled? Your money has not disappeared, but it has become weaker. It can no longer buy what it used to. That is exactly what happened to many people, including my uncle. He worked hard. He saved consistently. He did everything he thought was right. But he did not realize that money sitting still was slowly losing value. And this is one of the biggest lessons about building wealth. Protecting your money and growing your money are two different things. Saving is important. A savings account can help you prepare for emergencies and short-term goals. But for long-term wealth, your money needs an opportunity to grow faster than inflation. This is why investors look for assets that have the potential to increase in value over time. Because the goal is not just to earn money. The goal is to make sure the money you earn today can still support your dreams in the future. And once you understand this, you begin to see money differently. Money is not just something you keep. Money is something you can put to work. And that leads us to the next question. What is the difference between simply saving money and actually investing it? Saving and investing may sound similar, but they serve two completely different purposes. Saving is about protecting your money. Investing is about growing your money. When you save money, you usually keep it somewhere safe, like a bank account. This is useful because you can access it when you need it. Your emergency fund, rent money, or money for short-term plans should usually be saved. But the problem is that savings alone may not be enough to build long-term wealth. Why? Because while your money is sitting there, inflation continues to reduce its buying power. Investing works differently. When you invest, you put your money into assets that have the potential to increase in value over time. Instead of your money just sitting still, you give it the opportunity to grow. Think about it this way: saving is like keeping seeds in a container. They are protected, but they will never become anything more. Investing is like planting those seeds. With time, patience, and the right conditions, they can grow into something much bigger. This does not mean saving is bad. In fact, saving is the foundation of good financial habits. The mistake many people make is believing saving alone will create wealth. The truth is, wealthy people understand the difference. They save money for protection, they invest money for growth. Building wealth is not about choosing between saving and investing. It is about knowing when to do each one. Your savings protect you today. Your investments help build your tomorrow. And that is why the next thing every beginner needs to understand is how investing actually works, especially the stock market. The stock market is simply a place where people buy and sell pieces of companies. When you buy a stock, you are buying a small ownership share of that company. You are not just buying a number on a screen. You are becoming a part owner of a real business. For example, companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and thousands of others are divided into millions or billions of small pieces called shares. When you buy some of those shares, you own a small part of that company. So how do investors make money? There are two main ways. The first way is through capital growth. This happens when the value of a company increases over time. For example, if you buy a stock for $50 and years later it grows to $100, your investment has increased in value. The second way is through dividends. Some companies share part of their profits with their shareholders. This means you can receive payments simply because you own a piece of that business. But investing in the stock market is not about buying random companies and hopping for the best. Successful investors focus on businesses with strong potential. They look at things like how the company makes money, its financial strength, its leadership, its ability to grow in the future. The stock market gives ordinary people the opportunity to own part of some of the world's biggest companies. But the real power of investing does not come from simply buying stocks. It comes from giving those investments enough time to grow. And that brings us to one of the most important ideas in building wealth, the power of compound growth. The biggest secret behind long-term wealth is not finding a way to get rich quickly. It is understanding the power of time. That power is called compound growth. Compound growth happens when your money starts making money, and the money it makes begins creating even more money. At first, the results may seem small, but over a long period of time, something incredible happens. Your growth begins to build on top of previous growth. Think about planting a tree. When you first plant the seed, you may not see much happening, but every day the roots grow deeper. Every year the tree becomes stronger, and eventually the small seed becomes something much bigger than you imagined. Investing works the same way. A person who starts investing a small amount consistently and gives it enough time can build significant wealth. This is why starting early is such a powerful advantage. Someone who begins investing in their 20s has something that money cannot buy: time. They give their investments more years to grow, recover from market declines, and benefit from compounding. Many people make the mistake of waiting until they have a lot of money before they start investing. But the truth is, you do not become wealthy first and then invest. For many people, investing is part of the process that helps them build wealth. The amount you start with is not always the most important thing. Consistency is. A small amount invested regularly over many years can become much more powerful than a large amount invested once without a plan. The biggest advantage an investor can have is not predicting the perfect moment to buy. It is having the patience to stay invested long enough for time to do its work. Because in investing, the person who understands time has already discovered one of the greatest tools for building wealth. If investing can help people build wealth, why do so many people never start? The answer is not always a lack of money. For many people, the biggest obstacle is fear. They think, I don't know enough. What if I lose my money? Maybe I should wait until I earn more. And because of these thoughts, years pass without them ever taking the first step. The truth is, nobody starts as an expert. Every successful investor was once a beginner. They learned, they made mistakes, they improved. The second reason many people never invest is because they are waiting for the perfect time. They tell themselves, I will start when I get a better job. I will start when I have more savings. I will start when the market becomes safer. But the perfect time rarely comes. There will always be reasons to wait. The final reason is that many people approach investing with the wrong mindset. They want quick money, they chase trends, they follow online advice without understanding what they are buying. But investing is not a shortcut to instant wealth. It is a long-term process built on patience, knowledge, and consistency. The goal is not to become rich overnight. The goal is to make smart decisions repeatedly over many years. The people who succeed in investing are not always the smartest people in the room. Often, they are simply the ones who start early, stay disciplined, and avoid emotional decisions. Before you put your money into any investment, however, there are important steps you need to take first. Because building wealth starts with building a strong financial foundation. Before you start investing, you need to make sure your financial foundation is strong. Because investing works best when you are prepared. The first step is paying off high-interest debt. Debt, especially expensive debt like credit cards, can slow down your progress. Think about it this way: if your investment earns 8% in a year but your debt is charging you 20%, you are losing money faster than you are growing it. Before trying to build wealth, remove the things that are working against you. Second step is creating an emergency fund. Life does not always go according to plan. Unexpected situations happen: a medical bill, a car repair, a sudden loss of income. Without emergency savings, you may be forced to sell your investments at the wrong time just to cover your expenses. A good emergency fund should usually cover 3 to 6 months of your essential living costs. This gives you protection and peace of mind. The third step is education. Before investing your money, take time to understand what you are investing in. Learn the basics, understand the risks, know why you are buying something. The goal is not to become a financial expert overnight. The goal is to make informed decisions instead of following emotions or random advice. Investing is powerful, but it works best when you have the right foundation underneath it. First, protect your money, then grow your money. And once you have built that foundation, the next question becomes, how much money should you actually invest? One of the most common questions beginners ask is, how much money should I invest? The answer is different for everyone because everyone's financial situation is different. Some people believe you should invest every extra dollar you have. But building wealth does not mean ignoring the rest of your life. Money is a tool. It should help you create a better future while still allowing you to enjoy the present. The most important thing is to invest an amount that you can maintain consistently. It is better to invest a small amount every month for many years than to invest a large amount once and stop completely. One simple guideline many people use is the 70-20-10 rule. The idea is, 70% of your income goes toward your living expenses. This covers things like housing, food, transportation, and daily needs. 20% goes toward building your future. This can include investing, saving, and other wealth-building activities. 10% is for enjoyment. Because financial success is not just about accumulating money. It is also about creating a balanced life. The the biggest mistake is waiting until you have a lot of money before you start. You do not need to begin with thousands of dollars. You can start small. The habit matters more than the amount. Every investor who has built significant wealth started somewhere. The goal is to create a system where you consistently put money to work, because over time, small decisions repeated consistently can create life-changing results. Now that you understand how much to invest, the next question is, how do you actually start investing? Starting your investing journey is easier today than it has ever been. Years ago, investing often required large amounts of money and complicated processes. But today, technology has made it possible for almost anyone to begin. The first step is choosing an investment platform. This is where you can buy and manage your investments. Before choosing one, make sure you understand how it works, what fees are involved, and what types of investments it offers. The second step is opening the right type of account. Different countries have different investment accounts that may offer benefits like tax advantages or easier long-term investing. The goal is to choose an account that matches your financial goals. The third step is deciding what you want to invest in. Many beginners make the mistake of buying something simply because it is popular online. But investing should not be based on excitement or fear of missing out. Before investing, understand what you are buying. Ask yourself, what is this company or investment? How does it make money? Does it have the potential to grow? The good news is that you do not need a huge amount of money to start. Many platforms now allow something called fractional investing. This means you can buy a small piece of an investment instead of needing enough money to buy a whole share. For example, if one share of a company costs $500, you may still be able to invest $10 or $20 into that company. This allows beginners to start learning while keeping their risk manageable. But remember, investing is not about making one perfect decision. It is about creating a habit of consistently putting your money to work. Start where you are, learn as you go, stay patient. Because the earlier you begin, the more time you give your investments to grow. And for many beginners, there is one simple strategy that can make investing much easier: index funds. One of the biggest challenges for new investors is deciding what to buy. With thousands of companies available in the stock market, many beginners feel overwhelmed. They start asking, which company will become the next big winner? Which stock will make me rich? But trying to find the perfect company is not easy. Even professional investors with years of experience struggle to consistently choose winning stocks. This is where index funds come in. An index fund is a simple way to invest in many companies at the same time. Instead of putting all your money into one company, you spread your investment across hundreds or even thousands of businesses. Think about it like owning a basket filled with different companies. If one company struggles, the others can help balance the impact. One of the most popular examples is the S&P 500 index fund. It follows around 500 of the largest publicly traded companies in the United States. This includes some of the biggest names in the world, companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and many others. By investing in an S&P 500 index fund, you are not depending on one company to succeed. You are investing in the growth of many businesses together. This approach is called diversification. And diversification is one of the most important principles in investing because it helps reduce unnecessary risk. Another advantage of index funds is simplicity. You do not need to spend every day watching stock prices. You do not need to constantly guess when to buy or sell. Many long-term investors simply invest consistently and allow time and market growth to work. Of course, index funds are not guaranteed to make money. Markets can fall. There will be difficult periods. But historically, patient investors who stay invested for the long term have been rewarded. The goal of investing is not to predict every movement in the market. The goal is to build a strategy that gives your money the best chance to grow over time. And while index funds can make investing simpler, there is still one important question every investor must answer. Is investing actually risky? One of the biggest questions every beginner asks before investing is investing risky? And the honest answer is yes, investing does involve risk. The value of your investments will not always go up. There will be good years where the market grows, and there will be difficult years where prices fall. But here is something many people forget: not investing also has risks. Keeping all your money in cash may feel safe, but inflation can slowly reduce its value over time. So the real question is not, how do I avoid all risk? Because that is impossible. The better question, do I manage risk wisely? This is where having a long-term strategy becomes important. Successful investors understand that market declines are part of the journey. Throughout history, there have been major crashes. The market has experienced financial crises, economic problems, and moments when people believed everything was falling apart. But over time, markets have recovered. The biggest mistake many investors make is allowing emotions to control their decisions. When prices are rising, people become excited and buy because everyone else is making money. But when prices fall, fear takes over. They panic. They sell their investments at the worst possible moment. Long-term investors understand something different. A market drop does not always mean failure. Sometimes it is simply part of the process. Investing requires patience, discipline, and the ability to focus on the future instead of reacting to every short-term movement. The goal is not to avoid every difficult moment. The goal is to create a plan strong enough to survive them. Because in investing, time and patience are often more powerful than trying to predict the future. But knowing when to hold your investments is just as important as knowing when to sell. And that brings us to the next question. When should you actually sell your investments? Knowing when to sell is one of the hardest decisions investors face. Many people sell too quickly because they become afraid when the market falls. Others hold on too long to investments that are no longer performing well. So when should you actually sell? There are three main reasons. The first is when you need the money for an important financial goal or emergency. Investing is a tool to help improve your life, not something that should trap you. The second reason is when your original reason for buying the investment has changed. If a company is no longer growing, has serious problems, or no longer fits your strategy, it may be time to reconsider your investment. The third reason is when you have reached your goal. Maybe you were investing for a house, retirement, or another major life plan. Once you achieve that goal, it may make sense to take some profits. But one of the biggest mistakes investors make is selling because of fear. A falling market does not automatically mean you made a bad decision. Short-term drops are normal. Successful investors understand that wealth is usually built by staying patient and allowing good investments enough time to grow. The goal is not to buy today and panic tomorrow. The goal is to have a clear plan and follow it. Investing rewards those who can stay focused on the long term. And that brings us to the final lesson. Building wealth is not just about money. It is about the decisions you make today that shape the life you have tomorrow. When I think about my Uncle Daniel, I realize that his story was not a story about failure. It was a story about learning. He worked hard, he sacrificed, he saved. He did everything he believed was right. But the world of money changed and he discovered an important lesson. Working hard for money is only one part of building wealth. You also have to learn how to make your money work for you. Because the truth is, your future is being shaped by the financial decisions you make today. Every dollar you save, every lesson you learn, and every smart decision you make is a step toward creating more freedom in the future. You do not need to become wealthy overnight. You do not need to have a huge amount of money before you begin. Most successful investors started with a simple decision. They decided to learn, they decided to start, they decided to stay consistent. Building wealth is not about finding a magic formula. It is about developing good habits and allowing time to work in your favor. There will be challenges. There will be moments of uncertainty. There will be times when you question your decisions. But those who stay patient and continue learning give themselves the best chance of success. Remember, saving protects your present, investing builds your future. Your money is a tool. Learn how to use it wisely. Because the biggest investment you can ever make is not just in the stock market, it is in yourself, your knowledge, and the future you are trying to create. This is CR7 Invest. Keep learning, keep building, keep investing in your future. Before you leave, remember this: the difference between where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow is often the small decisions you make consistently. Building wealth is not a race. It is a journey. It is not about who gets rich the fastest. It is about who has the discipline to keep going when others give up. Your future self will not remember the money you spent trying to impress people today. But your future self will appreciate the knowledge you gained, the habits you built, and the decisions you made to create a better life. Start with what you have, learn before you risk, be patient with your progress. Because every successful investor once had a first day. If this video helped you understand money and investing in a simpler way, subscribe to CR7 Invest for more stories, lessons, and strategies about building wealth. Remember, money is a tool. Learn how to control it before it controls you. Your future begins with the decision you make today.